Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage. My goal is to help people learn how they can remove portfolio recovery associates from their credit report. And this is in many cases without even paying their debt at all. So if that's you or even someone you know, then I really think that you're going to walk away from this video knowing exactly the next best step to take. But I should say too that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. There are situations, for example, if you know or believe that portfolio recovery associates or actually any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid or any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. Now, we work with a network of local attorneys that work on your behalf at zero cost to you, win or lose, in addition to getting the account deleted permanently. Or if that's not the issue that you're in and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Now just give us a call today. I'll put our number in the description area for you, and you can call us and we can sit down and talk through this. But today I want to go through some of the most important questions that I get asked about this company. And I think firstly, the probably one of the most important ones is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with portfolio recovery associates? And I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this can happen. And I sympathize with them because it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I, for one, I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. Now, fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is specifically related to unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that. The other thing is that the amount of money of the debt doesn't matter either. I mean, you could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million and you will not be arrested or get any jail time. So, which leads me to the next question. Who is Portfolio Recovery Associates and why are you seeing them on your credit report? Well, they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debt or unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. I mean, really, they find really great deals and then they try to collect the full amount from you, okay? So what that looks like is, for example's sake, imagine for a moment that you have, for whatever reason, an unpaid credit card with Capital One. $1,000 is the balance. Portfolio Recovery Associates could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for maybe $100, right? But now they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you. Now that gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, I mean, these companies stand to make a lot of money. Damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, something else that a lot of people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not automatically remove the account that's attached to it. Okay, the account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, as strange as this sounds, paying it isn't in your best interest, and you could just be wasting your money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. So that's something very important to keep in mind. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They're going to call a lot, which is very common. Even calling your family members and colleagues. Now, here's a good point, too, to make, is that if collectors have ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call and we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Okay, another question that I get is, should you negotiate a settlement with Portfolio Recovery Associates? And this is a little tricky. So settling your debt with Portfolio Recovery Associates really depends on your goal. Now, typically, if you are wanting to improve your credit score, again, paying isn't the best option. Why is that? Well, because as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to come in and review these accounts for you. Now, what we do is if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed, and this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report, so it's perfect. Which leads me to the next question. How do you remove Portfolio Recovery Associates from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Just because it's on your credit report doesn't mean you can't challenge it. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but really be prepared to spend weeks, possibly months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to come in and handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time and save the extra time, we're happy to take care of that for you. We have dealt with Portfolio Recovery Associates, their accounts, many times. And I'll just say they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you if you'd prefer. Here's a great question. How can you get Portfolio Recovery Associates to stop calling you? So as I mentioned before, Portfolio Recovery Associates will be calling you in an attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason that they're going to stop calling you is if, one, if you settle your debt with them, right? Or if you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether, which truly is a better option. Will Portfolio Recovery Associates try suing or garnishing my wages? Here's another common question. So Portfolio Recovery Associates suing is very unlikely. It can happen. It does happen, but in our personal experience, it's really rare. And the reason is that there are many laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Portfolio Recovery Associates? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Portfolio Recovery Associates has purchased. It's important to keep in mind that Portfolio Recovery Associates is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Now, again, these acts can seem very complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly, okay? Now, if you don't have the time to research these acts, that's not a problem. That's what we're here for. So call us today and we'll discuss your options. Again, our number will be in the description area below there for you. So give us a call and we'll talk through what we can do to help. Thanks.